All right, for your vegan meatloaf burger, you're gonna need maple syrup, chickpeas, soy sauce, fennel seeds, flax seeds, Worcestershire sauce, and get a Worcestershire sauce that does not have any anchovies in it. I found Kroger brand does not have any in there, so that makes it 100% vegan. You're going to need some olive oil. You're going to need some apple cider vinegar, some liquid smoke, a can of tomato paste, and I got the basil, garlic, and oregano flavor. And you're going to need some Italian parsley, some celery, sorry guys, some celery, and 1 carrot. So you're going to need a carrot. And you can get you some brioche buns or whatever buns you choose to get. It's your choice, who cares. And some almond milk. Alright? And if you're going to want to have some, you can use a vegan cheese. I'm not going to use a vegan cheese on this, but get you a vegan cheese to go on that. Alright? And some panko breadcrumbs. So those are all the seasons that you're going to need for the vegan. So let's go over that again. Maple syrup, flax seeds, chickpeas, soy sauce, fennel seeds, Worcestershire sauce, olive oil, apple cider vinegar, Italian parsley, some tomato paste, some almond milk, panko breadcrumbs, celery, carrot. We already said Italian parsley. For the seasonings, you're going to need some white pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, seasonal, Italian seasoning, no salt seasoning. If you want to go the extra mile, you can actually add in bell pepper and onion. Alright, so let's go over the ones for the meat. For the meat ones, you're going to need some hamburger meat, a roll of Jimmy Dean ground sausage. You're going to need some bacon, an onion, a bell pepper, some marinara sauce, some liquid smoke, white pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, seasonal, Italian seasoning, no salt seasoning, some garlic and herb breadcrumb, and some minced garlic. So let's go over it one more time for the meat one. You're going to need hamburger meat, some ground sausage, onion, some strips of bacon, liquid smoke, marinara sauce, bell pepper, and I'm going to put some cheese in there. I'm just using that particular kind. White pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, season all, Italian seasoning, no salt seasoning, sorry guys, some minced garlic, and some breadcrumbs. Alright, so there you have it. Those are the ingredients. This is what we're cooking tomorrow. And to go with our burgers, we might cut up a potato or something, do some homemade fries. Alright, see y'all tomorrow. Peace out. Alright, y'all, let's dive into this video. So we're going to make some meatloaf burgers. First thing first, we got our veggies. We got our bell pepper and our onion. And we're going to need to cut them up. So let's go ahead and get this bell pepper and this onion cut up really good, really well. I like to cut off the bottoms and peel the skin, the outer layer off. Normally I just cut the bottoms off first and then peel it off from around, like you see. And if y'all wondering, yes, this is my attempt at a voiceover. We're gonna do what we need to do. We're gonna make it happen, right? Alright, I skipped over all of that. Look at that. We got a chopped up onion. And yes, you want it chopped up. You don't want it minced. You want it chopped up. So let's go ahead and Chop up this bell pepper. It'd be nice if I could fast forward through that. If you have not done so, please hit the subscribe button. I greatly appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button. And yes, we are making meatloaf burgers. Just in case you were wondering. And you saw the ingredients that we were going to need in the first clip. And we are doing them using meat, and we are going to use, we're going to do a vegetarian one as well. Actually, vegan. Alright, now we got our diced up bell pepper. Hallelujah. I love how this girl skipped forward. Alright, we're going to take a spoonful of minced garlic. There you go. Put your little olive oil in that cast iron skillet before you add that. And you're going to toast that garlic slightly. Then you're going to add in half of those raw bell pepper. Just half of it. You're not going to use all of it. You're going to save some for your vegetarian ones. And then going to use half of that for... That's onion, by the way. Half of that onion, you're going to mix all three together. The garlic, the onion, and the bell pepper. And you want to saute those. I'm going to put in a little bit more olive oil. That way they don't burn or stick to the pan. Move them around in the pan just a little bit so you can get a little oil on them. Yeah. That's how we doing this. I wish y'all could smell it. Alright, so we're going to use a pound of ground beef. I get the leanest ground beef that I can. That was 97.3. I just need just a little bit of fat in there. Not a whole lot. Let's use some no salt. It's important that you don't put a whole lot of salt in your food. It's very important. Your body don't need all this sodium. But that's just me. Alright, we're going to use a little seasoning now because, yeah, we're going to need a little seasoning in here. Y'all know how we rock. Ain't nobody trying to be with no flavorless food. Season it up just like you know, you getting ready to make a meatloaf, right? We're going to use a little Italian seasoning in there. Yep, by the way, that was only $1 at Walmart. And the seasoning was like less than $2. Some white pepper. And some granulated garlic. If I was to measure this, I say about a tablespoon of each. What I'm putting in, a teaspoon of the pepper though. Same with the onion powder. Go shake the onion powder in there and start playing. Good Lord. Alright, we're going to get into some paprika. It could be smoked paprika. This is Spanish style paprika because I found it at Sam's in the bulk section. You know, I like that. So, shake up your seasoning, loosen them up, loosens your seasoning up so that you can pour it better. Alright, we're going to do a little liquid smoke. Let's get a little smoke in there, baby. Yes, 3 squirts is how your girl go. 3 squirts. I'm silly. Alright, I did go grab a glove so I don't get all this seasoning up under my fingernails. You want to mix it really well. Get your seasoning into that meat. And notice when you moving that meat around and you mixing it up, you're warming the meat up. Just remember that. So, and you don't want to fry them when they're warm like that. You want to cool the meat off. So, we getting ready to add in the pork, the ground pork. So I'm spreading it out around the bowl so that I can put the pork down in the center of the ground beef. As you can see, that's what I did. So when I put it in the center, I can mix it a little bit better. Alright, this is Jimmy Dean Sage flavor, in case you were wondering. This is Jimmy Dean Sage flavor. And then get that mixed around in there real good. Mix it, mix it, mix it. And you can tell once it has mixed thoroughly, you won't see all that marbleization of the pork mixing into the beef. They will blend together a whole lot better. So you want to mix it really, really well. Alright. And now you're going to get, once you mix it up really well, then you're going to put your breadcrumbs in there. You got to have breadcrumbs in your meatloaf. I mean, you ain't got to. It's your meatloaf, but in this one, you want to put that in there. And this is Italian garlic and herb from Progresso. 1 egg. I like brown eggs. It's just my thing. 1 large egg, medium, large, it doesn't matter. 1 egg, and you're gonna want to mix in your sauteed onion, garlic, and bell pepper. You want to put half of that mixture in there and get that mixed in real good. Yep, mix it up, because you want to make sure that the onion, garlic, and bell pepper is thoroughly mixed into the meat mixture. And add a little more seasoning all in there. Just a little more seasoning all, because I like amplified flavors, all it is. I want a little bit of heat, not a whole lot of heat, just a little bit. So I'm going to put a little bit more white pepper in there. Don't use a tablespoon in the beginning. Use a half a teaspoon. That's what I would use, half a teaspoon of white pepper, and then you can always adjust as you go, you know, adjust the heat as you go. Yes, indeed. Get all that mixed in there real good. Whew, I need to speed through this. This is boring. Just kidding. If you have not done so, please hit that subscribe button. I greatly appreciate it. Tell your mama and them, your dad and them, your aunt and them, your uncle and them, all of that. Right now, it look like a good time, a really good time to say a prayer. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Lord, for all of your grace and your mercy. Thank you for allowing us to make a meal together once again. All right, what we are doing right now, guys, in Jesus' name, amen. What we're doing right now, we're forming our patties. Okay, so you're gonna form a patty, and I'm heavy-handed because I got big hands for a woman. I have big hands, so I make rather large size patties when I'm making my burgers. And so I was only able to get 3 out of this, but you could actually technically get 4 large size patties out of it. But because I am Stacy with Bo Ray's Cajun Cuisine, in case you forgot what channel you are on, we're going to make 3. All right. So what I'm getting ready to do now, I'm going to get a spoon. And so I'm going to press down in the center of the patty. And the reason I'm doing that, I'm forming like a little well, okay? And the reason you want to form that little well is because that's where you're going to put a little marinara sauce and some cheese. And so in this, with this recipe, I'm using a Havarti cheese. Havarti, H-A-V as in Victor, A-R-T-I cheese, Havarti cheese. And the reason I'm using that cheese is because I like it. And it pairs very well with this recipe. So now we got our wells, which is the little indentation inside, as you can see. We're going to go ahead and put in some marinara sauce. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, open that jar first try. Look at that. Y'all see them biceps? Gonna need to do some push-ups. Anywho, push-ups, push-backs. I've been riding the bike, but it ain't helping. Look at them arms, Lord Jesus, help your child. All right, y'all saw that Havarti cheese. Anywho, It's by Sargento, and you can get it at any of your local grocery stores that sells Sargento cheese. And so I'm just taking little bitty pieces and putting it inside of there. You can put a big piece in there if you want to. It's just gonna ooze out. It's all good. The more the merrier. So now I'm fixing to magically make sure that that is covered. So of course, yeah, I grab more gloves because I am who I am. It is what it is. All right, we are adjusted. I already did one, as you can see. All right, so we're just gonna fold in, making sure that the center doesn't, and I'm sorry y'all, I can't hardly see. But if you go, I'm gonna do a Facebook live. So if you do follow me on Facebook at Beauray's Cajun Cuisine, not the business page, I'm gonna actually share it on the business page as well, but the personal Beauray's Cajun Cuisine personal page. So if you go to the business page and you don't see random crazy stuff on there, nothing but recipes, then you know you're on the business page. But if you see random stuff shared by other people, then you know that you are on Beauray's Cajun Cuisine personal page. And as y'all saw, I was able to take the meat from the outside portion and some of the meat I had left over in the bowl, along with the onion, bell pepper, and garlic mixture, and pressed it over the cheese and the marinara sauce. So I was able to get it down into the center of that and lock it in. So what I'm going to do now is actually, since I got the patties how I want them, nothing goes to waste with me. I'm trying to get everything out of that bowl and press it in that patty. So now we're going to, because that meat is warm, as you can see, it looks like it's just ready to go straight into the pan. You can technically do that. However, I'm not. I'm going to stick them in the freezer. So that's what I did. I put them in the freezer. And so what we're getting ready to do now is start in on our vegetarian meatloaf burger. So what I just held up was the parsley, Italian parsley. This is celery, and that is a carrot. If you don't know what a carrot is, baby, I don't know what to tell you, but that's a carrot. That's a carrot. So we're gonna go ahead and cut it up. Yeah. So I got a peeler, and so I'm gonna peel off all of that rough skin on the outside of the carrot. Honestly, I should have chopped off both ends before I started peeling, but it is what it is. We doing what we doing. Yep. So let's go ahead and get that peeled. I love that peeler. That's a nice peeler. It's a KitchenAid. Got it out of Tarjay. Yeah. All right. So we got our Italian parsley chopped up, which is right there on the corner of that marble, that slab of marble. Shout out to Il Granito for giving me that cutting board. Thank you, Raphael. All right, so all I'm doing, I'm cutting up all of this stuff, the celery, the parsley, the carrot. You only need one stalk, but I am who I am. I like my stuff seasoned. I'm going to use 3 stalks. And you could do it just like I'm doing it, but the recipe only calls for 1. But you could do like I do. It is what it is. So we got the 3 stalks, and we're going to cut off the ends, both ends. You don't need those. Cut off both ends. And then we're going to chop it up into chunks. And the only reason we're doing this, all of this is going to go in to the food processor. Okay. So now we have our bell pepper, our onion, our celery, our Italian parsley, and our carrot. We're going to go ahead and get them into the food processor. Oh yeah, we pulled over a little minced garlic. And you can't go wrong with a little minced garlic, huh? Alright, these are chickpeas. You're gonna need those. These are Bush's chickpeas. They're called garbanza chickpeas. So garbanza beans are chickpeas. They're both actually the same thing. So yeah. All right, always rinse off the top of your can, and pour off that canned juice. Don't nobody want that. Ugh. I should have left a little piece of the lid on there, but I used a spoon to go ahead and get that juice off of there. And then we're gonna get those into the food processor. And this is a Ninja food processor. I found it on Amazon for like $159. It comes with like about five or 8 different things. I forgot. But anyway, so we're gonna get the rest of that onion. I wish y'all could smell this kitchen. Yup. Let's get these carrots in there. I guess I wanted y'all to really know that that's what that is, carrots. Oh. All right, parsley. Get your parsley in there. And you could use dried parsley. You don't have to use raw parsley. You really don't. Get your celery in there. Your bell pepper. And there was garlic that we put in there that I didn't mention. That when we put that spoon in there when I was running my mouth, there was garlic. So you got your bell pepper, your carrot, your onion, your beans. You got all that in there. All right. So this is a tablespoon. So I'm gonna measure out. Oh, I guess I lied. I guess I didn't put the garlic in there. Well, that was the rest of the parsley. That's what that was. Y'all forgive me. All right, we're using a tablespoon of minced garlic. Charge it to my head and not my heart, darling. All right, let's get these puppies going. That Ninja is beast mode, baby. It will smooth this stuff out like baby food. Seriously. It's freaking amazing. All right, get ready to get your breadcrumbs going. This recipe calls for 1 cup of breadcrumbs. I used the entire box. The reason I used the entire box because I wanted it to actually thicken up on me, and it wasn't thickening up like I wanted it to because I kept adding in other liquids. So the key to that, if you just use 1 can of beans, I ended up using 2 cans to thicken it up, but if you end up using 1 can of beans, then just follow the recipe and stick them in the refrigerator because it's gonna stiffen up in the refrigerator, and then you can form your patties and fry them. Yep, you could even put them in the freezer, baby. All right, so what I'm about to do now is add some seasonings. So we're gonna start with our seasoning. We're gonna actually season them up just like we did with the meat, but we're gonna use actually more seasoning. So that is a 1/2 teaspoon. Get that in there. If you get a little extra in there, who cares? You could all because you're gonna watch me add more anyway. Some no salt seasoning. That stuff is so good. I found that at Sam's as well. Some white pepper, because you gotta have a little spice. Got to have it. And I use, actually, I would say 1/4 teaspoon is what I used. But you could always use more, hey. If you like it spicy, do you? Oh, let's get that liquid smoke in there, baby. Yes, 3 squirts. Ain't nothing like them 3 squirts. Y'all gotta get it in there, baby. All right, and then here's our paprika. Paprika gives it flavor, a boost in flavor, but also some color. So it just adds to the color. And it boosts their flavor. Yep. Woo, let's fast forward through this, baby. I guess ain't no voiceover if you want to speed through, so it is what it is. All right, let's get this other stuff going. You're going to need some tomato paste. And I always like to get the ones with the flavor in there. So that's the basil oregano flavor one. Get that open. You're only going to grab the, you know those, the spoon you eat your cereal with. If you like to eat your cereal with a big spoon, that's the spoon you grab. Because that's the amount we're going to use of that tomato paste. All right, flaxseed. So you're going to grab a half a teaspoon of flaxseed. You could actually put more. I actually like the flaxseed in there. You could actually go with a full tablespoon. Just add a little more texture and stuff. Put some fennel seeds in there. You don't have to. I did it because I like flavor. And I just use a small amount, very small amount, 1/4 of a teaspoon. Yep. But in this recipe, honestly, I wish I would have put a little bit more of the flaxseed in there. In this batch. Future batch, always get a full tablespoon. Alright. Worcestershire sauce. This is vegan Worcestershire sauce. So, the difference between regular and vegan is because one has anchovies in it and the other does not. And it does not. That's the Kroger brand. It does not. Soy sauce. You gotta have some soy sauce. I used a tablespoon of the Worcestershire sauce, and I'm going to use a tablespoon of the soy sauce. Okay? And you gotta have that almond milk. You're only going to use 2 tablespoons of almond milk. There we go with that tomato paste. That big spoon. 1 big old dollop. That's all you need. That just, man, y'all don't know. All this flavor. Then here go those breadcrumbs. And it has to be the panko breadcrumbs because it adds a little more texture when you're forming the patties. And then when you fry them up, it just makes it crispy around the outer edges. On the outside and stuff. And then you want to crisp up the edge, you just crisp it up around the edge. Yeah. I put a little more Worcestershire sauce in there is what y'all saw. Tablespoon, teaspoon. That was a tablespoon. Alright, let's get this milk in there. This is almond milk. Okay. And y'all see that's 2 tablespoons. Probably end up with probably 3 or 4, but you only need 2. I was just pouring, Chad. If you have not done so, hit the subscribe button. Let's cook. Let's eat. Everybody repeat. It's Vittles time. Yeah. And then you're going to push that down in there. Push it down, push it down, push it down, push it down, push it down. I am showing you guys the whole entire technique. So if you want to fast forward through this portion, you can skip forward about 30 seconds or so. I wouldn't go too far ahead because then you'll miss some of the techniques. Now, when you're mixing this together, it does come out extremely smooth. Around about the 3rd or 4th time of hitting the food processor start button, I would start adding more flavor in, taste it to see if it's at a level of flavor that you like. If not, add. You can always add to it, but you can't take from it, you know. And that's while you're mixing. So this is the perfect time to add in all the extra seasoning that you want to add. Alright, make sure you push everything around the sides. Push it down into the processor. You can see how thick it is. See that? It's thick like that, but it's also thin because it's still warm. The food processor warms it up as it's mixing because of the motor and whatnot. So that's when I started adding in more beans. You don't have to do this. Actually, you could take the mixture as it stands, add more seasoning to it, and pop it in a bowl, cover it with some plastic wrap, and put it in the refrigerator overnight. I would make it a day ahead. That way your seasonings have a chance to settle, baby. Woo, baby. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. See, that's what I meant about pour that juice off of there, but leave a little of the lid on there. So that's what I did. Put half of the can of the beans in there. Save half. Put the other half to the side. That's what I did. And so we're going to mix those. And actually, if you want your patties to have a little texture to it and not be smooth like what I'm doing, you could actually push those beans down, the second can of beans down in there, and pulse it 1, 2, 3 times, and it'll have a little texture to it. And then put it in a bowl and then put it in the refrigerator. But I didn't want mine chunky. It's just a personal preference. I didn't want mine chunky. You could fast forward again for another 15, 20 seconds. Thank you for tuning in. I really greatly appreciate it. You seen those chunks I was talking about? Now I'm tasting it to see if it's where I want it to be. And right then and there, when I taste it, it tastes so good. But I needed a little more flavor. Like, not salt, just a little more flavor. So I believe I put a little more seasoning all in there. Yep, that's what I did. I put a little more seasoning all in there. Half a teaspoon should have been enough. And then some of the no salt seasoning because I don't want a lot of sodium. Sodium swell your butt up. Then some more Worcestershire sauce. Yes, indeed. Yes. All right, here. Okay, so this is the point where we once we get it all into the bowl, you're going to cover it with plastic wrap and stick it in the refrigerator overnight. I wouldn't try to handle it right at this point because it's a little still a little loose. So you do want it to get a little, you want it to stiffen up. All right, I'm gonna mix the last bit of breadcrumbs in there just to give it a little more texture. Mix that in. Look like peanut butter, huh? It's the paprika gave it that extra color and everything. It's just so nice. I wish I could smell it. It smells divine. Alright, now it's plastic wrap time. Yep. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing. You guys are awesome. Alright. And this is press and seal plastic wrap. Alright, so we have made it to the next day, and our vegetarian hamburger mixture for our vegan meatloaf burger patties looks like this. Don't that look? But that's what it looks like. Alright, so we did get a little of the hummus. I call it hummus. It's not. actually could be called hummus, to be honest with you, because it is chickpeas. Alright, so anyway, this is our veggie burgers. See how stiff it is now? Now you can form your patties. So let's go ahead and form our patties. So what we're gonna do is, make sure that's not hot. Alright, so we're going to put out some parchment paper. And I'm gonna use this jar to hold it down. Alright. So you can just use your regular old, your good old hands, or you can slip on some gloves. If you like me, don't want that stuff on your hands. That's just the only reason I'm doing it. Cause I'm the one that's gonna be eating these, so. But gloves. Alright. Grab you a nice amount and form it just like you do with hamburger meat. You're gonna form it into a patty, right? And y'all know I make stuff big. Let me take some of that out for there. And the beautiful part about this, you can take these and you can freeze them. So form them into your patties like you want, and then you can freeze them. Okay? So that's what it's gonna look like. Alright? And you keep going till you got all these patties lined up. Just like this. Alright, see, magically I made 7 appear. Actually, with 2 cans of chickpeas, the garbanzo beans, you can actually get 12 patties out of. I made these super big because I'm going to eat them with a salad. I'm not going to put bread with them. So I wanted more. So that's why I made it like that. And I'm also going to package these and put them in the freezer. Ziploc bag them, throw them in the freezer. So we're going to fry up one. So the way you do that, you're going to turn your skillet on. Okay. And you're going to put a little olive oil in there. Just a little bit. And of course, this is avocado oil, but if you have olive oil, use that. I'm using what I have. Okay, so you can just use you some olive oil. But I'm using what I have, which is avocado oil. Alright, so we're going to let that heat up. While that's heating up, we're going to mix the glaze that goes with it. Alright, so in order to make this maple glaze sauce that we're about to make for our, to go on top of our veggie burgers, we're going to need a teaspoon of paprika, 1 teaspoon of paprika, one teaspoon of apple cider vinegar, soy sauce, 1.5 teaspoons. Alright, and you're going to grab that apple cider and you're going to put in an actual tablespoon. So we got in 1 teaspoon, but we're going to get in a tablespoon. So, actually I got a little bit more than in there, but. Alright, maple syrup. You're going to need 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. And it's just maple syrup. Good old maple syrup. Okay. And we're making a glaze. I put in just a little bit more. Alright, and then you're going to get your tomato paste. And you want 3 tablespoons of that. That's this. Use a spatula. what I'm gonna do is get the rest of that out of that can as well. No sense in throwing that good stuff away now. Hey. All right, let's go ahead and put our patty in here. See why I like to freeze them a little bit. But this is cold enough, so let's do it. Turn the heat up on there. We're gonna fry it up. And let's go ahead and get the rest of this in here. There we go. Alright, and get out your whisk and get the whiskey while that fries up. And remember that the center doesn't have to get done because it's actually a thoroughly already ready to eat product. The chickpeas are, you just basically warming them up and crisping up the outside because you want the outside a little crispy. Alright, and there's your sauce that you're going to put over your patty. See how simple that was? And it's 100% vegetarian, vegan. We getting there. And you gotta just kind of wait until it's see how it slides around the pan like that. So it's getting crispy. Yeah. So I would say 3 to 5 minutes on each side. Kind of press it down a little bit. Might want to put a little cooking spray on there. Yup. I would do cooking spray. Let's dip it down in the oil. There we go. Yep. Get a little oil on there and then you can press it better and it not stick. Fry on up. Alright. It ain't crispy enough, so you're gonna go a little longer until you get crispy as you want it to be before you flip it. Alright. Help turn this over. Hold on. Oh, that's pretty. Very, very beautiful. Very beautiful. And all I would do is put a salad on the plate and put the patty on there and serve it up with the sauce on top. If you have some cheese, you can do that as well. Put a little sauce on there while it's cooking. Vegan veggie. So I would say that cooked about 5 minutes on the one side. So I would let it do that on both sides. 5 on each. 5, maybe 7, depending on your stove and how crispy you want it. Okay. That's it. Serve it up with a salad. Take it out. I just want my other side to get crispy as well. It's not there yet. put a little paper towel, take some of the oil away. Alright, there you go. Vegan meatloaf. Vegan meatloaf. If you want to put a little more sauce on there, do your thing, baby. Dig in. You got the crunchy part. I hope y'all heard that. You gotta have some crunch. It's all about texture. I'm all bunch of mushy food in their mouth, right? Just some of your sauce. And eat. Y'all know I gotta see what we working with. See what we working with. That's actually really good. Really, really good. Alright. Nice and crunchy on the outside. If you want more texture on the inside, then I would go with just pulsing the garbanzo beans just a little bit, so you can have that nice the bean, you know, the texture of the beans in there. If not, you can go mush like I did. But it's really delicious. Alright, we done cooked, we done ate, and we done subscribed. Alright, see y'all next time. See y'all next time. Bye. Those buns, and we're gonna put them in a cast iron skillet. But first thing first, we're gonna put in some butter. You gotta have some freaking butter. Get that butter in there, baby. You're gonna put your bun in there. And you're just gonna toast the bun. Toast the bun lightly. I'm gonna use the same pan to fry our burgers in. Alright, so we got our buns nice and toasted. You don't want to put no sauce, no nothing on there. You want them to stay nice and crispy is what you want. Alright, we're going to place our semi-frozen. They're not frozen all the way through. You don't want them rock hard. But they're semi-frozen meatloaf burgers into the cast iron skillet. And then we're going to let them fry, baby, fry. During this process, I stick a lid over it.